Hi everyone, Anne here and welcome to the Wellbeing channel, or Being Well. It's all the same, isn't it really? But as we enter a new month, guys, can you believe it? How mad is that, by the way, the time? May the energy of September bring you the force. How good would that be if it could? Well, it can do. Let in the fun, that's what I'm saying. And at the same time, clean out a cupboard. Yeah, clean out your cupboards, those that you haven't touched since lockdown as we sail into winter. Oh, God, flipping heck. And of course, that's all after you've done your 10 minutes meditation. It's all simple, really, isn't it? Yeah, all simple. But I must say, I did take my own advice this morning after flying off the handle. I was a little bit off the wall, I have to say. Having hung on with Virgin for about 2 hours on the phone, still not resolved. We won't go any further than that. But, you know, when your head just gets into a bad place and all hell's let loose in the head, that was me. But now I'm calm. I have taken that advice and I've just let myself become calm. You know, that calm awareness that I'm developing along with you, hopefully. But it's easy to say, you know, stay calm and jump into that beautiful river of life. Very romantic indeed. And of course, well, we can't help if you're in like me, messing things up every now and then. It's human, isn't it? We've got to do it. It's all good. It's always nice to know that we're aware that we're even doing it. That's the thing. That's the difference. You're not always like that. That's what I was saying to myself. In other words, any action is good action. We're all alive. Well, no throwing of spears at one another, of course, you know. Kill your jets on that one. But you get the picture. We do so much, you see, in our life, don't we? I mean, I was looking at my daughter the other day and just thinking the breadth and the variety, and I'm sure so many people are the same, of all the things that she has to do or wants to do. And I mean, there can be a cost of trying to be the human equivalent of a bloody jumbo jet plane, let's face it. Trying to do things well, all of them. You know, the power, the influences, the society really has led us to believe that we should be able to do all of the things and all of the things well, you know. Hence, the elusive thing called work-life balance. And that's what I want to talk about today, guys, work-life balance. But before that, because of all the tension that I've had today, and if anyone else, I did promise from the previous podcast that I would do the cat stretches. When we hold, as I say, so much tension and of unresolved feelings, I've got an unresolved feeling from earlier on today, you know, that's all held within our bodies. So this little exercise can just release that mental and muscular tension in your back, in your spine, your shoulders, neck, and all those things. Oh, right, and that's what I need to do. I'm dropping everything today. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be all right. I'm all right. So if you're able just to listen to this, it will only take a minute. And these are the things that you want to continue to do. And it only takes a few minutes a day. That is another one of your daily exercises along with your meditation. I'm laughing there because it's like I'm going to give you 2 hours of workout soon every morning. No, I'm only kidding. But it is freeing yourself up into life, isn't it? All of this will really release your energy and prep you up for the day. And it's all about distraction if anything's not serving you. And I do these every single day. So cat stretches, here we go. Simple, as you can Google this as well if you want to catch up with it. But it's nice to be reminded, isn't it? Gratitude practice. Keep it going. You quit once and it becomes a habit. Yeah, and that's the habit thing we're talking about. Right, unresolved feelings. That's what it's about. So the cat stretch, get on your hands and knees. Do as I ask. Excuse the description. Hands and knees on the floor. Just with your wrists under your shoulders kind of thing. You know, hips under the knees, etc. And inhale. As you inhale, you arch your back and you picture your body being over a large beach ball, really. That'll help you understand the arch as you're just hanging there. And as your back arches to a kind of C shape, you know, as you breathe in, let your navel fall away from your back. So then as you exhale, you're pulling your navel upwards. Now you repeat this 3 times, okay? I'm just doing that once there, just to give you an idea. Drawing the navel up closer to the spine with every, or each exhalation, if you like. But it takes a little bit of focus to do that. And after that, do the knee hug. This is a wonderful way to release anxiety. I did say I would go over that as well. So it's just lying on your back, bend your legs one after the other into the chest. Just gently holding them, and avoid pulling them into your chest, just gently. And when you're in that position, control and steady your breathing. It's a great sense of groundedness, this. Just do that gently. And when you're ready, gently let go of your knees and relax your body onto the floor. And that's simply it. And do that 2 or 3 times as well. It's a great way of feeling, it's a feeling of containment, offers a sense of focus as well. Steady your breath and just take your time, okay? Right, as promised, moving on to work-life balance. Or as the Swedish would call it, lagom. Many of you might have heard of lagom. The art of balanced living, yeah. I'm not quite sure there's an equivalent word for that. I don't think there is, but it's not too little, not too much, but just enough is the whole art of that. So if you know what's just enough, why go overboard? The Swedish really know what they're talking about there, don't they? But only you know what's just enough for you. And of course that comes down to trusting and understanding who you are, really. And having faith or belief in yourself. You know, the quality of who you really are, nobody else. So take your time when you're working things out. In Sweden, lagom, that's Lagom, in its simplest terms is just simply describing what's enough and what's just right, like the right amount of milk in your coffee, you know, the perfect pressure on the massage. So beyond all that material world, it becomes more sophisticated. And I guess they're implying, well, that the balancing act has reached perfection. It's nice to know that it can reach perfection, if there's such a thing. But in terms of perfection, just like the right balance for you. There is no perfection because it's unique to you. But it's said that we're much more effective if we allow the brain to unplug every 90 minutes. Voila. As humans, the body is hardwired to pulse energy. We know we're energy. And it needs renewal at regular intervals. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally and all those things that we have. So unplug every 90 minutes. Try and get that into a habit. Those habits again, the good habits. Yes, we're all in control of our habits. You know, I remember a few years ago, and I didn't really respect my rest or my abilities, you know, or myself probably. I was too hard on myself, expecting to do, as I said, all things and to do all things well. As if, you know, it was competitive. I was making comparisons. No, I had to stop that. I did stop that. It wasn't about me then. And I had to, you know, like I say, when I was researching for study, that opened up so many doors for me to understand where I was with me, because it was important that I knew my vulnerabilities, that I knew who I was for me to formulate anything about a character on stage. But that offered me so much more in my life. That was about learning to understand where I stood emotionally on good and bad days, you know. It's normal vulnerabilities and emotions, and settling myself down. I really learnt to do that. Respecting my own boundaries, you know, wrestling down those harsh judgments I could make on myself. And we all do that periodically. A thought just slips in there. You can't always cancel it out, but you can let it stay there and then let it go again, because another thought will replace it. It doesn't necessarily make it real, you know. And very interestingly, one of the Lagom outlooks on life is very clever. An example: don't expect to have fun every day, darlings. If you're always having fun, you won't notice that you're having fun. So you have to be bored sometimes too. That's what the Swedish think. And that's what they teach their children as well at a very young age. They try to make them aware of, I don't know, the complexity of life. They think that's essential to well-being. The psychological well-being, that is. And they try to point out that an overly, like looking through rose-coloured glasses, or they think that's a naivety. An overly rosy sort of outlook can lead to complacency and a risk of, I don't know, ignoring dangers in life. And you know, the funny thing is, more often than not, the Swedes are probably described as the most well-adjusted bunch of human beings in the world, aren't they? More than they are as being, I don't know, portrayed as extremely happy, that's for sure. So, hey, maybe we're onto something here. Maybe we are, because the balance towards living well comes from so many different things, not just your nutrition, your exercise, your communication. God, the list is endless. But all of that filters into your mental space, doesn't it? And that's what we need to look after. That's what I'm trying to look after for myself as well. When you learn to take that step back and stop your mind spiraling out of control, then you can live in a more authentic and focused way, like I said earlier on, just by doing a little more meditation, a little more breathing exercises. That's it. Embrace, I like that word, embrace and cope with the good and all the flippin' bad experiences as well. You are able, you are very able. And being fully present at home with your friends, family, that really gives you a sense of belonging and a feeling that you're good and you're able. So it's crucial though, to stop when you've had enough. I've had enough, I'm leaving, I'm walking out, I'm stopping this. It clears your space, clear up your space. It's all about the good life being less complicated. That's Lagom, the Swedish way. Yeah. Supporting life balance, calling Lagom time. I'm going to honour my downtime with my friends and family and, well, anyone really, anyone who'll have me. In other words, I'm leaving work on time as well. Thank you. Well, there we have it. Another small recipe, if you like, to help you along your little life journey. Before I go, consider this. How do you define happiness? Yeah, which is relative to life balance. And if, on the basis of what I've just said, I think the Swedes have got it sussed, If you do it right for yourself, a little meditation, a little breathing exercises, just that, a little bit more focus, being more authentic with yourself. In terms of your working life, if you do it right, you will spend a Lagom amount of time on it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a great excuse as well. It's a great excuse to stop for some nice filtered coffee and a cinnamon bun. That is the Swedish me time. Why not? So think about it. I'm off for now, guys. And if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe button and you can join me again for more of a lot more. But in a Lagom way, of course. Thanks for listening. Hope you join me again. Bye for now.